So this is a momentous day for Germany and indeed for Europe, the day on which Chancellor Angela Merkel has announced that she will step down as party chair in December and will not run for re-election as Chancellor. Let's get more on this from Jan Tekau. He's a political scientist and director of the Europe programme at the German Marshall Fund of the United States. Welcome to DW.
Thank you.
What is the problem that Angela Merkel's resignation solves?
I think this is mostly meant to reassure a party, her party, that, developed a feeling over the last couple of years, especially since the elections in September, that the future was uncertain. This is a party that is no longer sure that it can win. And what usually happens to chairpersons of parties is that once the party gets nervous about its prospects in the elections, it looks at the leadership. And it's clear that, after 13 years in the chancellorship, 18 years in the party, the political life cycle of Angela Merkel was, bending towards the end, and the party got so nervous now that the pressure got too big. So this is mostly a move that is supposed to give the CDU confidence again that a fresh face will perhaps improve its election chances for all of the upcoming elections next year.
And we'll get to the problems that have caused such disastrous outcomes for both the coalition parties in just a sec. But this issue of the chancellorship and the party chair, the chairship of the party. So Angela Merkel says she'll step down from one but stay in the other. Can anyone force her out as Chancellor?
Well, you can force her out once you prepare in Parliament, a majority that ousts you. In the German political system, that's quite difficult. The Constitution has provisions in there that make it quite difficult to oust a sitting Chancellor. That's one of the lessons learned from Germany's past. Stability is one of the ultimate goals of the Constitution. So whoever wanted to oust her would have to go through a formal process of a no-confidence vote and replace her immediately. Now, this is not how this is going to be resolved, because that's just a formal way. In reality, it is mostly an affair that the CDU has to sort out internally, and this is exactly where the battle is going on now. Whoever is going to be elected in as chairman for the party in December will have to be Chancellor material, because it's quite clear that the CDU can't lose time with a caretaker chairman. It needs somebody who could assume the chancellorship immediately. Now,
this has all come about because of these last two regional elections in Hesse and Bavaria, and an indecisive general election. What message are the German voters sending that they are leaving the mainstream parties for the fringes, both on the left and the right, to the AfD on the right and to the Greens on the left?
I think this is mostly a situation that we're facing in Germany now, where people want to send a reminder to the ruling class, that actually it's important to solve real problems and not to kind of, circulate around yourself. This coalition, which came about very late after the last elections in September, created an impression that it was mostly concerned about its own internal affairs. There was several coup attempts by the Bavarian conservatives on Merkel. This summer she survived them, but she was unable to rein them in and instill discipline on her own side of the coalition. And so the voters are sick of this. The voters don't want to vote for parties that look like they're only concerned about themselves. That's the one big message here. And then there's a deeper message, and the deeper message is that the country has moved on. The parliamentary system, as we have it, is a mirror image of the fault lines in society. Society has gotten more fragmented. The German political party system stayed very, very stable for a long time. And now it's adapting at rapid speed. We have more parties in parliament now. Governments, will be more difficult to form. It's basically a reminder that the country is no longer the country that it was 5 or 8 years ago, and that parties need to finally reflect that also in their actions.
Fascinating. For now, Jan Tekau, thank you so much.
Thank you.